Okay, I'm back. My microwave mac and cheese is ready, so I'm ready.
Okay.
And hello, everybody, and welcome to the penultimate round of the FRO Division 2 West Championship. We are here in the streets of New Jersey on 4th of July weekend. I am here joined with Oshana and Royal, if you guys would like to say hello.
Hello there.
And Royal says hello in chat, so we can now continue on to qualifying, as it's a little bit of a delayed stream, but we are still in the qualifying session with 5 minutes left to go on the clock. So we have Max Sim Ninja on P1 with a 123.1, followed by Geo 5 tenths behind, so that is a pretty substantial gap between first and second. But we have seen in practice Geo is capable of going much quicker, so we'll have to see if he can back that up when it matters the most, as Geo is now rounding the final corner to start his second hot lap of this qualifying session. He's taking some very clean lines. He's hit all the apexes. Now it's going to be about a 20-25 second long straightaway coming to sector 2 and into the fast left-hander, where then he will make a right after the long snail left-hander. And as he is taking the chicane, the hairpin, he takes it very clean. He's gotta use all the space of the track, as he's now going to make the long straightaway, one of the longest straightaways in the FRL's calendar, as Lepre goes P2, Geo's teammate for McLaren goes P2, and Geo goes through the fast chicane flat out. He's gonna make a quick left, then right-hander into what the trickiest part of this track. He goes through the bus stop chicane, the original bus stop chicane that was originally taken out, but now it is back, as he hits the wall in the final corner, and he's going to reset. And he's gonna have to go again, so that brilliant qualifying effort is dust and done. Meanwhile, Young is purple in the first sector. He is green in the second sector. He's currently P6. I'm sure he's gonna be one of the favorites for this race, as his time in practice is 1/10 quicker than the pole time right now, as he makes his way through the bus stop chicane and is off to finish this lap. Young's now got to run to the line. Is he gonna be pole position? And he goes to P2. He's 2 tenths behind Max and Ninja. He's gonna have time for one more hot lap, and we'll see if he can rebound and chase P1.
I still have him go left. Taxi is still all. Yeah, unknowns. You know, not a lot, but known. Never reach.
We have Ava Flakes, I believe, is on the lap. He is making his way through sector 3. currently the championship leader and is on the verge of clinching it after this round as he's making his way to the run to the line. Where's he gonna go? He's improved in both sectors and he's gonna go P3.
And Gio on green sector 1.
Yep. Let's see if Gio can make up for the abort the last corner mistake, his previous hot lap. He's red in the second sector, not as good as his last hot lap before he corner cut it, but this sector 3 is looking really clean. He's hitting all his marks. He's using all the space of the track given to him. He's gonna make his way through the bus stop chicane. It looks really clean. Into the penultimate corner, it looks really good. He's gonna make that short flick, and now he's gonna go up to the line. Can he take pole position away? And he's not going to. Only improves by a tenth and does not improve his position. Right now, it is looking very good. Nope. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
But right now, as I was saying before, Masking Ninja looks like he is one step closer to clinching pole position, as I'm not really seeing any of the top drivers on the lap right now, because Young has reset, Ava has retired, Lepre and Gio, who is on the lap but he's on significantly older tires. So it is looking really good as he's purple in the first sector. Maxim Ninja is absolutely flying right now as he makes his way through the hairpin. Takes it very clean. He comes out of the corner clean, and now he's going to be right behind Milk, who I'm not sure if he's on the lap or not, but if he's not, the FRO officials might want to take a look at this as impeding, as Milk is on the lap, so he does not have to get out of the way, as Maxi Ninja is making his way through Sector 3. The North Macedonian driver, I just saw the halo, is making his way through the final corners of this track. But can he improve on his pole position? To definitely be bragging rights for him as he comes up to the line, and he's not going to improve, but he does take pole position as Maxi Ninja. I believe this is his first pole position in his FRL career, so that is a great lap, followed by Young and Ava Flakes.
Looks like everyone is gearing up as usual.
Yep. Looks like everyone is choosing their tires, and now it'll be 5 lights to get this New Jersey Grand Prix underway, and they are green for the penultimate round of the FRL season. Everyone's gonna make the dive into turn 1. It looks like everyone's keeping it clean so far. Quattro surprisingly is last. I don't know if that's where he started. I wasn't paying attention, but Quattros is last, someone who I expect to be near the front. But anyways, Maxi Ninja still holds the lead. He's on the hard tires compared to most of the grid being on the mediums, so we'll see how that goes.
Seem to lead.
Drivers are now going to make their way into the fast chicane. This is a crucial corner, not to hit the wall or make any mistakes. as most of the front leaders make it by. And now it's Avaflix and Geo who now take the lead away from Maxi Ninja, who is on the hard tires, crucially, compared to the other drivers on the mediums. So I believe what this is telling me is that Maxim Ninja is maybe looking to go one stop, while the medium runners are all maybe looking to go two stops, unless if they're on hards for the end. Avaflix has put some gap onto Geo and Maxi Ninja, but Geo is going to get the slipstream and he's going to close up the gap by about 3 to 4 tenths on the straightaway alone as they go into the fast chicane. They're going to go into the short right-hander where they will then come up bus stop chicane. Looks like Maxim Ninja is falling back a little bit as he's now down to P4. But bear in mind he is on the medium tires, on the hard tires, excuse me, while the others are on the mediums. As let's see who will get the fastest lap. It looks like Geo provisionally has the fastest lap with a 1:23.5. But that might get faster as the race goes on. We will have to see. I think the best thing Maxim Ninja can do right now is just to minimize the amount of mistakes and take into account that he is on the less grip tires to most of the other guys at Gallops. So this is probably a long-term strategy for Maxim Ninja, so we'll see how it will pan out as Geo continues to close on the straightaways to Avaflix. He's purple in the first sector. He's now going to take the lead away from Avaflix. Geo has been very fast in practice, so we'll see if he can convert that pace to a win. Geo at Rio a few weeks ago, he got pole position in all 3 qualifying sessions that were unofficially taking place during the Rio Grand Prix weekend. So he's definitely one of the drivers to be in Division 2 West as he sets another fastest lap. As the top 2 looks like they have broken away from P3 on back as they have cleared P3 from the slipstream range and now to continue to extend their gap. And I believe the one guy they have to extend the gap to is definitely Maxim Ninja, who is on the different strategy, who's probably going to go on the one stop while Geo and Avaflix are going to go onto the 2 stop. As we see now, it is a 3-way fight for that last podium position between Lepri, Hamza Legend, and Young. Right now, Lepri has the advantage over the other 2 as he's right now ahead. I just realized that my mic was muted, so I don't know for how long, but I do apologize for that. So, but I'm back now. So, um, anyways, the top two are extending their gap to P3 and the rest of the grid, as Maxime Ninja looks like to be coming back, as now he has overtaken the other three medium runners for P3 on those hard tires. So is this a point of the stint where the hard tires are starting to gain an advantage, as he might have hit the wall a little bit. Looks like he did, because now he's going to lose at track position temporarily. So right now it is Young leading the trailing group to the leaders, but right now Ava Flakes and Gio are basically on a league of their own. Right now, I will say though, it is a mix of a slip race, and it is a mix. I think it's really 50-50 between it being this race being a slip race, as you can see a few cars within tenths of each other, but there's also different packs spread out from each other, like the top two and third to sixth place. So it's good to see that New Jersey this race so far isn't being considered as a slip race, as this race will rely more on the driver's driving ability and limit and racecraft. So, but right now the gap is 3.4 from Maxim Ninja to Ava Flakes. So if Maxime Ninja is looking to make the one stop, I think he has to be within 5 seconds by the time the stint ends, because bear in mind he does have to go a long way on this hard tire. So we'll see how it's gonna pan out. So we are coming up to start the 9th lap of this race, and so far no one has made a pit stop yet, but I can be very confident. I can say very confidently that the pit window should open fairly soon, maybe within the next 1 to 2 laps. We will see our first pit stops of this race, as looks like Ava Flakes is starting to put a gap to Gio. He's extended it to 6/10 now. It looks like Ava Flakes is finding more pace so far in this race compared to Gio. But obviously it is still a long way to go, so we'll see who will have the pace at the end. But it looks like the gap between the top two and the P3 on back group it's been stabilizing around the 3.1, the low 3-second mark for the last few laps. So the drivers right now are very even on pace, but Ava Flakes and Gio were able to capitalize on breaking the slipstream early on in the stint, and we'll see if that will pay dividend later on. As we have Ava Flakes going into the pits right now. He hits the wall on the pit entry, but Ava Flakes is in the pits right now. So is Hamza Legend. So these are our first pit stops of the day. Let's see what tire both of these drivers are going to go on. Hamza Legend is going onto the medium tires again, while Ava Flakes is going onto the soft tires now. So looks like Ava Flakes is committing to the 2-stop, and so is Hamza Legend. And I'm pretty confident the rest of the drivers behind will as well. So the pit time loss is looking to be about 15 seconds, so it's definitely one of the shortest pits on the FRL circuit, along with Bond and Constantina. But now Ava Flakes will now try to make up as much time as he can before the rest of the drivers pit. So as Gio now comes into the pits, Hamza Legend is going to take the lead now. Young is in the pits, Lepre is in the pits. Most of the 2-stoppers are now coming into the pits. So now Gio is going to go onto the soft tires. So does Young and Lepre and PvP. So most of these guys, it is quite the split strategy, but I believe softs has been the most popular choice for the second stint of the 2-stoppers. Hamza Legend is complaining about something in his screen, but I guess he's just coping. But now we have the hard tire runners all staying out, 1, 2, and 3, who have not pitted so far in this race, and I expect them to go at least another 4 laps minimum before they will come in to presumably put on the medium tires. But we'll just have to see how quickly the soft tire runners can catch up, as they are making lots of time right now, as Ava Flakes is gaining about a second every sector to Maxim Ninja. So the grip on the soft tires are definitely paying out right now, as he takes the fastest lap of the race. as Ava Flakes has caught up to the first the first one-stop runner who has not pitted, who is Gallup's, or I'm sorry, the second, as they already overtook. Now, Ava Flakes should easily clear by Gallup as Ava is on significantly fresher tires. And he does. So now Gio is just gonna have to get by Gallops as fast as he can so that he doesn't lose touch with Ava Flakes, as this could be provisionally the battle for the lead between Gio and Ava Flakes. As Gio responds and sets the new fastest lap of the race, the first lap set under 123, and now he's going to overtake Gallops, and now the next driver ahead of him is his competition, Ava Flakes. Oh, as Gio corner cuts. He corner cuts, and now he's going to lose a position to Gallup. He just set the fastest lap of the race. So that is a crucial corner cut. Now he's gonna lose so much time to Ava Flakes ahead. It is now 3 seconds between Ava Flakes and Gio now. Massive mistake by Gio.
Well, I didn't realize my mic's muted. Oh my god.
Oh, no way. Oh, that's... well, I'm glad I don't have to talk to myself anymore.
Sorry about that. Damn.
As we see on the radar that it is 27 minutes to rain conditions, but we will not get to it before the end of this race, so
It's not possible though.
yeah. But now Ava Flakes has closed the gap to 4 seconds now to Maxim Ninja. The soft tires clearly still have life in them. We'll see if he can run Maxim Ninja down before Maxim makes his final pit stop. As you can see, the gap coming down 3.8 now, 3.6. He didn't gain as much as I thought he would through the Sector 3 area, but he's still definitely closing the gap. As softs are very prominent to losing their tire life very quickly. I believe from what I've heard, the tire life in the softs is about 5 laps before they start really struggling. But now it is lap 16 of 28. And right now, Maxim Ninja is in a really good position right now. He's played this one-stop strategy very nicely, as he can pit right as the pit window is really open for him to come into the pits this lap and finish the race out on the medium tires. So Maxim Ninja is in very prime position right now to maybe first win in his FRL career. But we are talking about the current points leader he has to fend off against. That will be really hard for him as he stays out another lap, as Ava Flakes continues to close the gap, and so does Gio. Gio definitely not out of the hunt yet, despite that corner cut. as we have Gallup and Young, who surprisingly Young is already in the pits. I thought he would stay out a little longer, but I guess he hasn't, and he's going to pit right behind Gallup. I believe this is a net loss for Young because Gallup was around in the midfield area before, while Young was in the podium position before Young pitted for his first stop, and now he's in the same place as Gallup, who brilliantly made the one-stop strategy work up to this point and is now right behind Young. But now Ava Flakes is lurking in the slipstream of Maxim Ninja. The gap is now 1.7 seconds. Surely Maxim Ninja will have to come into the pits very, very soon. Oh, as I think he hit the wall a little there. He clipped the wall coming out of the bus stop, but now he's coming into the pits, and so is Ava Flakes. Gio is gonna stay out one more lap. And now they're coming into the pits, and I would have to assume they were going on to the medium, as Maxim does, and so does Ava. So now it is a straight up battle on pure pace on who can capitalize and win this race. But right now it is Gio leading this race right now. I don't know how much longer he's gonna extend these soft tires. Surely they have to be on the brink of absolutely exponentially wearing out, but he still leads right now, as maybe he's trying to go one more lap to have the tire advantage, but we'll have to see.
No, he's staying out.
Yeah, it looks like he is. So I think Gio is taking the gamble to extend his tire as much as he can before he's gonna have to be forced to come into the pits. As the pit loss is about 15 seconds depending on how you take the pit entry. So right now Gio would be about 6 seconds behind Maxim Ninja, which would be a very, very tall task for him to make up 6 seconds in 9 laps. Or maybe Gio is trying to go onto the soft tires again. However, I really think that would be suicide, just because the soft tires really don't have the tire wear to really compete or catch up to the mediums.
This one is G, though.
As now the gap is 8.3 seconds from Maxim to Gio. Is Gio going to come into the pits this lap? No, he's going to stay again. So I'm not sure what Gio is doing, because I would have figured he would have pitted by now, but now he's going to lose even more time to Maxim Ninja. As Leopard comes into the pits for his last pit stop of this race. He missed his pit stop a little bit. He had to reverse, but he's going to finish this race on the soft tires. And if Lepre is going on the softs, I would have to assume that Gio is also going to go on the softs when he pits, as they are both teammates, so they probably will share the same strategy. but I still don't. Gio right now really is actually pushing as Maxim isn't gaining as much time as I thought he would.
Mm.
But we'll see if Gio is gonna come into the pits this lap. He comes into the pits now. I thought he was gonna stay out for a moment, but Gio is in the pits now. As now looks like Hamza Legend is going to take the lead. Is Gio going to go on the same tire as his teammate, or is he going to go onto the mediums?
Oh, yeah, the reverse. Oh, no.
As Gio is going to go onto the soft tires for his last stint. It's going to be a very tall task for him to go 8 laps on the soft tires. But currently he is 9.6 behind the leader, so he's gonna have to crank some very, very fast laps.
Chopped it down.
As now Maxim Ninja has absolutely pulled away from Ava Flakes. He has extended the gap to 4 seconds to Ava Flakes. So Maxim is setting absolutely blistering pace right now.
And Hamza pitted.
Yep, Hamza's in for his last stop. So now everyone, I believe, has finished with the pit stop sequence. So it is now full push to the very end.
His team mule comes in. But,
As now we'll have to see how much time Gio is gonna gain on this soft sand. It's the gap is now down to 9 seconds. He's only gained 1 second since he came out of the pits, so it's really not as much as I thought he would. Maybe he should have gone onto the mediums.
guess now big use. Gaining with the tire advantage. Nice.
Yeah, but he's not gaining as much as I thought he would. Maxim is absolutely running virtually clean, almost perfect lines to a point where Gio isn't even catching him as much. He's only gained 1 second since he came out of the pits 2 laps ago on 3 lap old softs to meet to the older mediums. Now Young and Gallup are glued together for P4. They are 2 seconds behind Gio, so if they can capitalize on a Gio mistake, they could end up fighting for the podium, especially with Gio on the softs. as Geo is catching Ava Flakes for P2 as the gap is now down to 2.4 seconds. So Geo's really pushing it right now and trying to get the most out of the softs right now.
Yeah, but Gio's still gaining. But yeah, he'll be safely in. Yeah, he'll be in P2. But Dasna is M, by the way. Um, yeah, maybe he tried to race safely and try not to push himself. Yeah, and to catch up Ava Flakes. Okay, sorry about that. I guess that's his name. Sorry about that. Let's see though, between Gallops and Yang, battling for P4. Gallops got Yang. T- Nice. Oh, and it goes Yang. Good turn there. Now to the straight there, and Yang took P3, but it's not over. But yeah, and then main. Now he has to hold to his the P4, but Gallows is right there, down to the right. Not enough. Giyu, uh, they're still there now. They're hurting. Ahem, ahem. The right hander Gallows stood there. That's a good 9 there for Gallops. But Yang's still there. And now to the right. Not sure. And the final turns though. I guess that's, Now 2 laps to go. Let's see that Gius I will be safely in P3. Yeah, he's not going to catch on Everflex anyways. Probably like 50-50. And we will just still center. No Yang and Gallops there. Now they're going for the hybrid turn. still there. S- P4, is still ongoing.
Geo is catching Flakes for P2. He's closed the gap a lot in the last few laps. Now, as we come to the white flag of the race, Maxim Ninja has almost virtually clinched this race under the bag, and now Flakes and Geo are going to fight for P2 now. Gio really has to push it, and both these drivers cannot afford a mistake.
Will give you.
It's,
No, mm,
it is 7/10 now between Ava and Gio as they go onto the back straightaway for the final time. Ava Flix is trying to weave like crazy, but Gio is gaining all the slipstream on Ava Flix. It is 4/10 and it's going to come down all to this last sector. Looks like Ava Flakes, as long as he keeps it clean, looks like he is going to take P2.
oh,
But it is Maxim Ninja who's going to weave before he crosses the line, and he's going to win his first D2 West race in a dominating fashion. He's going on to the one stop and making it work. As Ava Flakes and Gio are going to finish second and third, respectively. And now, as we wait for the other drivers to finish, we come to the conclusion of this race. As there were no DNFs this race, by the way, so far, there were no DNFs this race.
as I speak, as let me stick though. Yang Min will took E4 after a battle with Gallops or P4 though. Uh, no. And lastly though,
Yep,
and let's
as
wait for
it
two.
is a battle for P15. Sorry to interrupt, but it is a battle for P15 between Gus the Goose and Kanachin Brecher. They're coming to the final corner. Gus the Goose has the better line as Kanachin hits the wall. It's going to be a drag race, and I think Gus the Goose is going to take P15, and that is going to be the end of this race.